tactics rebound on its own people. Balochistan blast shows Pakistan is at war with itself. Pakistan's unrest turns civilians into daily targets. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for the debate.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the debate. I'm Shavin and I'm filling in for Arnab Goswami tonight on the show. On the show tonight at 8 p.m, it's Pakistan versus its people day after a village being bombed, now Jafar Express attacked. At 8:30 this evening, while the politicians are endorsing and defending convicted terrorists. And at 9 p.m, questioning the democratic process and provoking Gen Z, a new toolkit at play. Gentlemen, Pakistan is in complete turmoil. Civilians are paying the price both at home and across the border. From attacks on trains in Balochistan to unrest in Sindh and Gilgit-Baltistan. Ordinary people are caught in the crossfire of violence they never chose. For Pakistan, targeting civilians has just become business as usual, whether at home or across the border. In a reckless response to India's Operation Sindoor, Pakistan shelled civilian areas, killing 13, injuring 59, and on the Indian side. Shockingly, even a Gurdwara in Punch, a sacred place of worship, wasn't left alone. This isn't just retaliation, it's a pattern. Ladies and gentlemen, civilians being used as pawns in military, in political posturing of the terror state Pakistan. At the same time, inside Pakistan, protests are just rising. Terrorists are active and they have been given cover by the army. The public trust in the government has hit rock bottom. Citizens are angry, scared, and increasingly unwilling to accept a state that cannot protect them. Today, the Jafar Express has once again been hit by a blast in Balochistan, derailing multiple carriages and injuring passengers, including children. Now, this happens to be the second attack on the train in less than 10 hours. And yet another reminder of Pakistan's failure to protect its own people. From internal unrest to outright revolution against the state, Pakistan is dealing with chaos from every possible side. Its governance is failing. Its people are suffering, and the country is on the edge of a crisis that touches every corner of the society. Ladies and gentlemen, it's complete turmoil inside Pakistan.
Another day, another attack. The Jafar Express, carrying over 270 passengers, has been hit by a blast in Balochistan's Mastung district. Six carriages derailed, one overturned, leaving at least a dozen passengers injured, including children. This was the second explosion in just 10 hours. Earlier, a blast near the main railway track shook the region as the Peshawar-bound train departed Quetta. This isn't new. The Zafar Express has been under attack repeatedly. Just in August, 6 coaches were derailed in an earlier IED blast and gunmen fired at the train. March saw the deadliest strike. 21 passengers and 4 security personnel killed when the Zafar Express was hijacked in Bolan. Pakistan's security forces later killed 33 militants in retaliation. Repeated attacks inside Pakistan's different provinces has revealed Pakistan's internal turmoil in Pakistan. Bombings, derailments and attacks have become a grim reality for the ordinary citizens of Pakistan.
I want to straight away begin by asking you, is the former Pakistani Prime Minister a raw agent? Uzma, if you can hear me, is a former Pakistani Prime Minister a raw agent?
What was your question?
Is the former Pakistani Prime Minister a raw agent for you?
Yes, everybody knows that you people have been.
I'm asking a specific question, and the question is this. I'm repeating for you. Is your former Pakistani Prime Minister, Shahid Abbasi, a raw agent? Answer a direct question. If not, then I'm going to take it forward.
Are you asking me about Shahid Khan Abbasi?
Yes.
What has he got to do with anything?
I'm going to come to that. But answer my question. According to you, is he a raw agent? Is he a raw agent?
If you want an official statement,
is he a raw agent?
From our current Prime Minister.
It's your Prime Minister. I think so. You should be knowing much better about him, about his antecedents. According to you, is he a raw agent?
Know exactly what the security situation is in Balochistan. You people have been doing.
Before you get into it, is there a direct answer that you have? Yes or no? Is the former Pakistani Prime Minister a raw agent?
That you are funding in the form of Majid Group and BLA. So if our armed forces has conducted any operation,
your armed forces, your own people, your own people, your own leaders have exposed you. Your own leaders have exposed you. General Raj Shukla, I want to bring you in because Uzma, the reason why I asked her a direct question, because according to them, anything that is happening in Balochistan is essentially because the raw is active there. If that's the case, then the former Prime Minister should be a raw agent. Uzma, hear me out, because you don't have a direct answer, because this is the reason.
How you've been interfering? How you've been interfering in the internal affairs of
either you have an answer to that or you don't. Either you have an answer to that or you don't. Because your former Prime Minister says the situation is so dire right now in Balochistan. The situation is so dire in Balochistan that ministers cannot come out in the open without security. Uzma, the reality, see, there is no point carrying this forward. There is no point carrying this forward because according to you, anything that happens in Balochistan is because of raw. General Raj Shukla, I want to bring you in. General Raj Shukla, the situation is quite... General Raj Shukla, the situation being the way it is, their own have now exposed. The former Prime Minister says that no one can really step out in the dark in Balochistan because the situation is dire, security is of a huge cause of concern. Their own leaders have essentially exposed the military action that was carried out just about a few days ago with 30 civilians were killed. They're losing it out.
So, it's not for me to offer unsolicited advice, but it is for Pakistani statecraft to seriously look within. I mean, see, what has Pakistan been brought to? You began as a garrison state, you became a rentier state, you became a sponsorer of terror, and now as Hillary Clinton said, those snakes in your backyard, when they are challenging you, you respond with indiscriminate force. And the response is unprofessional because you massacre 30 people, including women and children. I've seen those video images. They are not signs of a professional military. It also reflects on very poor quality of intelligence. So I came on this show only because you asked me to, and I offer unsolicited advice. But seriously, Pakistani statecraft needs to look within. Look at what's happening in KPK, Balochistan, the stuff with the Afghan Taliban, and you're sending your troops out to Yemen. A $9 trillion economy is behaving like a global military like America. I mean, what is this? Take stock of your statecraft. What do you want to become? It just, the whole stuff that Pakistan is doing escapes any intelligent scrutiny.
But why is that happening? Mumtaz, why is it, as General Raj Shukla is essentially pointing this out, he says it's an unsolicited advice, but I don't think so there is any advice that the Pakistanis really care about. But the reality is this. Over the last 6 months, if you really look at what's really happening in Balochistan, several cities have now been taken away. Pakistan army has lost grip over these very cities. And the reality is this, a people's movement has now taken the center stage.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me in your show. Since your topic is mainly regarding the Pakistani army bombing its own civilians, if we ponder over the exact situation or the question, Pakistan is not bombing its own people. Recently, what you're quoting is the bombing that took place in Khyber. The people from Khyber are not Pakistanis. They are actually from Afghanistan. These parts are territorial parts of Afghanistan. They are forcefully occupied by Pakistan. And if
Mumtaz,
the bombings
the
in
only
Balochistan,
reason why, I'm sorry to interrupt you, the only reason why I did actually put this across, because the Pakistanis think it is there. The fact that they deceived the Balochis,
because they have never
they've
bombed
deceived the
Punjab.
Balochis for a very long time, and that's the reality. Let's admit it. Whether the Pakistanis admit it or not, the reality is this, and that is the reason why the people's movement is now biting the Pakistani army.
Exactly. They have never bombed Punjab, and they have never taken people in thousands into custody from Punjab. This only happens in Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Sindh, because they are with Pakistan because of their rich land, which is very rich in mineral resources. The case in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has gotten worse at the moment because Pakistan wants to plunder the minerals which are dumped under the earth, that is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And Balochistan has been facing this plunder and loot from last 75 years. And now the people from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa are also resisting this plunder and brutalities that are taking place in their land. Balochistan has been fighting from the day one, from 27th March 1948 till now. Baloch people are fighting their war. They are fighting with Pakistani army against the occupation of Pakistani army, illegal occupation of Balochistan. And one day, we are sure that we will get rid of this evil state that is Pakistan.
Mumtaz, Fakhr Yusufzai, General Asif Munir says that the reason why this is happening is because only 1,500 people are basically protesting there. That's the reason why Balochistan is up in arms. 1,500 people, but the former Pakistani Prime Minister says that it is way more.
Your question is to me?
Fakhr Yusufzai. Let me bring in the Pakistanis right now, because it's been a history from 1947. From 1947, when you actually deceived the King of Kalad, to date, This is exactly the reason why it is now up in arms. They do not want to be part of you. They are not part of you.
No, actually, you asked me about the 1,500 people who is involved in the insurgency in Balochistan. Yeah, this statement was given by so many officials of the Pakistani government, including the army chief as well as the home minister. There are 1,500 or maybe 2,000 people who is serving for BLA or for BLF and as well as for Majid Brigade. And I think so one SHO, the station house officer, can control them. But I think so these are not the realities on ground. I'm covering Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Afghanistan from last couple of years as a journalist. The reality is totally different from that. If there are 1,500 people, how is it possible that they are controlling the 43% land of Pakistan? They are controlling the 1,500 people, controlling the whole Balochistan. This is not the realities. Same like that in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. They said that there are 5,000 people or 8,000 TTP people who are fighting against the state. But I think so it's increasing day by day. If they are operating, today they operate in Daraban, Diyai Ismail Khan, and they have killed almost 24 people of the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. How is it possible that their number is not increasing? Not decreasing. I'm sorry. This is increasing. This is of course this alarming for all the country, not only for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa or for the Balochistan. And I'm of course I will second Mr. Mumtaz that there are in these two provinces there are so many minerals, and these are the rich provinces, but their people are living in I think so the ultimate poverty. The insurgency is going on from so many decades in those areas.
If everything was under control right now, if everything was supposedly under control, General Raj Shukla, their own, actually yesterday, as far as the bombing that was carried out in KPK, initially the Pakistanis wanted everyone to believe that an IED was planted, the Pakistani police was involved in it, and they were basically trying to retrieve it. The reality is this, that the bombs that were exploded, they were basically Chinese-made bombs. And it is their own leader who's now basically put out fragments of those bombs exposing the Pakistanis. So Fakhar Yusufzai, let General Raj Shukla tell you the reality.
My understanding is that this is a reaction to the ambush of 12 Pakistani soldiers by the TTP in South Waziristan yesterday or day before. And look at, there is a professional militaries use force in a calibrated manner. 75 years, India also has had a host of challenges, insurgencies, disaffections, proxy wars of terror. We have never used fixed wing air or even rotary wing air, except I think one isolated instance in Mizoram in the 1950s. And here you are using your frontline aircraft, J-17s, L-36 bombs. It's like Indians using Rafales in Kashmir. I mean, inconceivable. This reflects very poorly on the professionalism of the Pak military. As a soldier, that concerns me the most. It is dastardly, cowardly militaries do this kind of stuff. I hate to use these descriptions, but that is exactly what it is. And you end up killing, and even your strikes are not accurate. So I think you were targeting an ammunition factory, you end up killing 30 women and children. Heinous, brutal, unforgivable. What else do I say?
You know, General Raj Shukla, I just want to now quickly take some of those pictures. The Pakistani army, the Pakistani Air Force, what did they really target? And I want to show this to Uzma. You were basically targeting so-called terrorists. This is the terrorist. Uzma, this is a terrorist on your screens right now. This is a terrorist. A child, a 10-year-old child is a terrorist for the Pakistanis. Uzma, you must watch this. What you have essentially done, killed several innocent children, women, they were being targeted. And as General Raj Shukla was pointing out, the Pakistanis have actually used their state-of-the-art, their so-called state-of-the-art weaponry, and their fighter aircrafts were basically used to kill this. Ladies and gentlemen, This is what the Pakistanis have really carried out. Uzma, Uzma, pictures tell the reality of your intentions. Your intentions are very clear. You have suppressed time and again. In fact, Uzma, be a little coherent in what you are saying.
And most of the terrorism is being exported from India. Raw is behind
so
most of the terrorism
all the way,
in Pakistan,
thousands of kilometers.
Especially in KP
Uzma,
and in Balochistan. And you people, if you think you can get away with it, just forget about
Uzma,
it.
when you were killing innocent, when you were killing women, Uzma, it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that when women are being killed, when children are being killed,
people don't know.
When children are being killed by your,
just trying to interfere in Pakistan's internal affairs.
Uzma, I asked you a direct question first. That if everyone is lying according to you, everyone is actually lying to you. Everyone, according to you, everyone is lying apart from you. I just asked you at the beginning of the show. Hear me out. There's no point shouting. One second. Let's make sense of this. Let's make some sense of our arguments here. Uzma, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Uzma, listen to me. There's no point. I'm giving you adequate amount of time to respond. Uzma, I'm giving you adequate time to respond. But I'm asking you a simple question here. I showed you pictures. I showed you the reality. Now, I showed you the reality. In fact, I'm also going to put out a statement that has been put out. One second, Uzma, hear me out.
Exporting terrorism in the US. You are exporting terrorism.
You can keep rambling, Uzma. If you keep rambling, no one is going to even understand what you're trying to say.
By the State Department in America. So you people are totally exposed. You are behind everything. And we are going to knock you out.
Listen, if that is the case, what's the evidence? I ask you. Now, you're constantly rambling because that is the script. That is the script that the DGISPR may have given you the script, and that is the script that you're going to stick to it. One second. I don't blame you, Uzma. Uzma, I understand the pressure that you may be under. Uzma, come on. I understand the pressure that you may be under right now from the DGISPR, General Raj Shukla. Unfortunately, every Pakistani is unfortunately. The reality is this, that they do not make any sense. I understand there is a script that everyone has to follow in Pakistan right now. But I was told that the ISPR office has been turned into a go-down.
And we are going to knock the hell out of this whole strategic.
Congratulations. You can. Congratulations, Uzma. You can continue daydreaming. You can continue daydreaming. 1 second. It's okay. Congratulations.
When Uzma ji cools down, I'll recommend her to read one book by a British General Rupert Smith called The Utility of Force. देखिए, force का इस्तेमाल करना पड़ता है, but it has to be utilitarian. I have commanded the Baramulla division, where I was facing export of terror from Pakistan 24/7 for 3 years. But I could never think of using air against your own citizens. Had I used it, I would have been sacked the next morning. Let's have the GOC in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa be sacked tomorrow morning. If Pakistan is serious about human rights, if it is serious about an elevated military ethos.
Uzma, can you please be a little respectful? Now, Uzma, there is no point. General Raj Shukla is a respected general in our country. One second, Uzma, you may be in the habit of it. Uzma, you may be in the habit. You may be of the habit here. But let me just tell you. Uzma, before. I just want to say this. General Raj Shukla, I apologize here because I think so, Uzma, if you can just, Uzma can continue like this rambling because she's been asked to do so.
We'll wait for
General Raj Shukla, I want you to continue by making the point here that it may not be surprising for many. It may be surprising for some of us who believe in a professional military, but there are examples of the Pakistani army. They are anything but professional.
The larger problem is that, in democracies, militaries have to be under political control. There is a a professional on civil-military relations, Peter Fever, who says that the civilian has a right to be wrong. The civilian is right even when he is wrong. Militaries salute and obey. This is a very elevated principle of civil-military relations. जिस दिन ये चीज पाकिस्तान और पाकिस्तानियों और पाकिस्तान आर्मी समझ जाएगी, Pakistan will be an evolved state. I will be proud to be neighbors to Pakistan. I will be proud of the Pakistani military. But ये जब तक traditions नहीं सुधरेंगे, ये होता रहेगा. And look at the history. Excessive force, you lose Bangladesh. You cause problem in KPK, Balochistan, the Afghan Taliban. You are splitting.
But General Raj
I'm
Shukla, can I
saying
just
that
ask you a quick question here? General Raj Shukla, can I ask you a quick question? Why is it exactly happening now? Because I see a pattern. I see a pattern here, and I've exactly mapped it for the last 6 months, even before Operation Sindoor. There is an element of frustration creeping within the Pakistani army. Would I be correct in that assessment?
You began by speaking of the former Prime Minister, who, when he is showing the mirror to Pakistani civil society, instead of listening to say sane voices, you go and condemn him. तो जो आपको तस्वीर दिखा रहा है, गुलाबी तस्वीर नहीं है, उसी की आप सुनने, you're not prepared to listen to him. So I mean, Uzma should really cool down. She must read this book, see what is wrong. Even India has problems. I'm not saying that we are a flawless state, but the use of force in response to these situations has been far more calibrated. And that is because the military is under political control. I'm telling you that if I had used air as GOC Baramulla, I would have been sacked the next morning.
Fakar Yusufzai, I don't see a point. I don't see, because Uzma does not want to have, perhaps a sane debate, because she's been asked before coming for the debate, especially because the DGISPR really monitors what runs on Republic TV here.
Utility of force, please gift it to her. Let her read it over the weekend. And it's not me, it's a British general. Utility of force, let her read it. We'll reassemble on Monday morning for a debate.
Fakar Yusufzai, General Raj Shukla, you'll send that book to perhaps Uzma. I'm not too sure she's going to read the first page.
Anyone wants to read it.
Fakar Yusufzai, General Raj Shukla is giving you an offer that you don't believe anything, but that's why I started this debate by asking you that, listen, for you, anything that happens in Balochistan is because of RAW. Without even looking at the fact, that it is all the way, trace it back to 1947 when you actually fooled the Khan of Kalat. A treaty was signed. You put it in the dustbin. Then what has happened is that you started exploiting the people there. You started exploiting the Balochis because you wanted the resources. Ask Mumtaz. Mumtaz will tell you that all that you're interested is in the resources in Balochistan. And they've had it. Mumtaz, am I correct or not? Am I correct or not? Because the Pakistanis are looting.
Yes, you're 100% correct. And this, I think, Uzma will also agree on it.
No, Uzma, I don't think so will agree to anything, because Mumtaz, just before the debate, the ISPR has given a script.
You call it recording, you call it the sui case. These all are the minerals, the resources. They are owned by the Baloch people, but they are being looted, plundered, and spent on the development of Punjab. This is number one. Number two, the 1500 statement that 1500 people cannot take Balochistan even for the next 10 generations. The 1500 people they have killed for the last 3 years. I don't know, like for the last 25 years, Baloch nation is fighting a war, and these Muttibar and 1500 people are not finishing. In Balochistan is so big, like the 43% of entire Pakistan, and when there are coordinated attacks, they take place in every corner of Balochistan. That means the people who are fighting this war have
Fakar Yusufzai, Uzma, Uzma, you began this entire show You began the entire show with the script. The script is this. Usma, so I've learnt your script by now.
The way you try to instigate people in Balochistan, we are going to knock you out.
Okay, congratulations.
Raw is involved.
Okay, Usma, I'm saying, I'm actually telling you, congratulations. You know, I would rather have a meaningful debate here. Usma, rather than this, you know, rather than this, you know, shallow response of yours, because, you know, it'll be very surprising and you'll be embarrassed.
This is not a shallow response.
No, I'll tell you, Usma, I'll tell you why. Because if I cut paste, if I cut your last argument, the last argument that you made here on Republic TV was the same argument that you made. It is the same argument that you made last time. So if I do a before and after, Usma, it's going to look the same. It's going to look the same. You have never come up with any response. Be it whatever the situation, the answer is the same. That we will knock you out. You can keep thinking. There's no harm. You know, we always say it's good. Usma, just you know, I'll just borrow the words of General Raj Shukla here. I'm also giving you an unsolicited advice here. I'm giving you an unsolicited advice. You can actually dream big. It's good to dream big. It's good to dream big, but let's now focus on the reality. Fakhar Yousafzai, I want to bring in Fakhar Yousafzai. Fakhar, Usma ji, what you can do is ask for one more advice here. Once you finish this debate, please go back to DG ISPR. Please go back to the ISPR and tell them that इस बार भी same script दिया था, गलती हो गया था, I think so. गलती हो गया था. They should draft a new script for you. And tell them that abhi 2 incidents ho gaye, so there could be something more that you could actually add and come up with something new, some new arguments. For Yusuf,
you better look into the facts yourself.
Now, let me just tell you this.
Make sure that you stop sending these terrorists, cross-border terrorism, you stop. We have told the whole
Fakhar
world
Yousafzai, Fakhar, I want to
Yeah.
bring you in. You say that you've been covering KPK, you've been covering for a very long time, and all of this is bum-cum, there is no reality to it. But let me also tell you this. I just showed you just a short while back the atrocities that have been committed by the Pakistani army, and it's appalling. It's appalling that you actually use a fighter aircraft and you say that we are basically targeting terrorists. The terrorists were these. And if I can show you the pictures again, not the Jafar Express pictures, but the pictures of so-called terrorists. See the terrorists now.
Shawan, actually, what I said
put this off for
in
you.
the first, when I was answering your question, I was said that the people, the Pakistan Home Minister saying that there are 1,500 people who isolated the Balochistan. This is not the reality. I'm telling you, the Balochi people are demanding their rights. Of course, this is their fundamental right. If they want, they have so many resources in their province. Of course, they have a right to use that, or if they want to sell that.
They are fighting because of the forced disappearances. They are fighting because of the daily abductions that are taking place. Let's make it. Let me just put this in perspective.
Let me answer. There are so many problems. This is not the only one issue that there are insurgency or BLA or some other organization are fighting against. Just say there are so many issues. There are political issues in the Balochistan. Where is Dr. Marang Baloch? She is standing. She is behind the bar because of the rights to get their rights from the state. Of course, she is behind the bar from last 4 or 5 months. Nobody asked about that how we can send her, or there are so many other people behind the bar. You are talking about the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. There are so many things. Of course, this is the unfortunate realities which is going on right now, especially in these 2 provinces. General Saab was talking about the democracy. Of course, if we are talking about the democratic countries, or there are the democracy, of course, there will be the organization, they will be under the umbrella of the government. But I think so, not in Pakistan. Where is the democracy? I don't think so. There are a democracy. Miss Kardar is there. She is the part of the government. She is a member of the National Assembly. She raised the voice for the people who killed 2 nights ago in the Tira Valley of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. These are the innocent people. If the security forces are killing the terrorists, of course, all the people will support them. If they will kill, or someone other kill innocent people, who will raise the voice for them?
Fakhar Yousafzai is also raw
What
agent.
she did for that? I can show you the government of Pakistan official Twitter account.
So you have a Pakistani journalist coming tonight and actually exposing the Pakistani army here. Ladies and gentlemen,
there is no democracy.
Now,
we are talking about the democracy.
No,
democracy
Uzma,
is something very
now,
special.
can we just, it's a classic situation here. Fakir Yusufzai, a journalist who says, who has admitted here, he's saying that he's been reported. Uzma, chalo, your own journalist today is saying this. Your own journalist is saying that they're killing. Whom are you killing? You are killing innocent people. They are no terrorists.
Go to the provinces. I don't think you know anything about
Uzma,
us.
where are you?
And you don't
Here,
know anything
at least he
about
is
the
in
way
Pakistan.
things work. So after that,
Uzma, where were you on Monday night? Where were you on Monday night? Were you there? Were you in Tira?
To Balochistan and to KP and to Punjab and to Sindh, according to their proportionate representation. So you can't say that, Balochistan is deprived or KP is deprived. You go and look after your own Indian states. There are about 50 to 60 insurgencies in India. Go and look after those people. Nagaland has...
Congratulations. Let me give you a little bit of factor here. Little bit.
This is the main mistake. This is the main mistake.
You should listen to your own friend from Pakistan here.
We are pointing Afghanistan.
Are you admitting, Fakir Yusufzai, are you saying, because Uzma says that this is only because of what India has been doing it. India is responsible for what's happening in Balochistan. In KPK, were they terrorists? Were they TTP? Were they TTP?
We have a specialized force. We have almost more than 7 lakh forces in Pakistan. We have so many agencies who is working for Pakistan. This is the core responsibility of them, that they should control all these proxies. If someone is doing that, if India is doing that, if Afghanistan is doing that, this is the core responsibility of our organization. They should control the situation. Of course, they are the professional people. If they are a professional people, of course they should do this. This is not my responsibility. I am a journalist. I will highlight the news. And Madam Kardar is a member of a National Assembly. She should bring a legislation in the
classic situation here, General Raj Shukla. Okay, Fakir Yusufzai and Uzma, you can carry on fighting, but the reality is this. General Raj Shukla, I want to bring you in. The last word to you. Can I have General Raj Shukla, please?
What I want to say is
General Raj Shukla.
अगर आप उस्मा की ये जो pre-recording है इसको बंद कर दें तो फकर साहब से बात हो.
Can we have Fakir Yusufzai and General Raj Shukla then? Can we have? I don't know, General Raj Shukla, what has happened to Uzma, because Uzma has come with a script here, and as I've been saying this, if you actually cut out Uzma's previous appearance here on Republic TV, she said the same thing. The issue was something else, but she said the same thing. Today also you put together the same thing.
Fakir made a very good point, and that reminded me of what one of my mentors told me in insurgency situations. He said, Raj, insurgency is armed politics. Matlab, there is a weapon to be used, but you have to sort out the politics concurrently. The disaffections, the social issues, what causes it. That is what wise military commanders do. They are not, gun-toting people like this. I mean, I'm really amazed. So, Pakistan, I'm told, is getting J-20 strength from China, the Chinese. So, next J-20s will be turned on the insurgents. What are we talking? J-17 ka istemal against your own citizens. Absolutely unprofessional. And if you go back to the strain of armed politics, it is a huge challenge. It takes a lot of time to get militancy levels down, terrorists down, and then you apply the political balm. So Kashmir has a lot of challenges, but look what the military did. It got violence levels down. Then there was an electoral process, and the government there is not the one in the ruling party in the center. Is tarah se insurgencies ka hal hota hai. Even when we do this, it's not easy. But you use brute force like this, you are going to create 60 more terrorists. It is just not going to work. Nobody understands it better than military minds. तो उज़मा को आप ये जरा समझाएं, वो किताब दें, थोड़ा इनको ठंडाई पिलाएं, जब ठंडी हो जाए तो उनको बताएं ऐसे नहीं होता है यार, हम सबने देखी है कि how things are done. And I'm making this point, India also has challenges, Pakistan has challenges, but they have to be addressed in a far more, shall I say, cool, balanced manner.
Well, thank you very much, General Raj Shukla, Mumtaz Uzma and Fakhr Yusufzai for joining us on the first debate here. Ladies and gentlemen, the situation has become far more difficult in Pakistan. But now, there are some politicians in our own country who are essentially shielding convicted terrorists, sympathizing with them, and attempting to whitewash their entire crime. They're rallying for none other than Yasin Malik and, of course, Afzal Guru for a very long time, seeking leniency for the terrorists. Ladies and gentlemen, as far as the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, he has called Yasin Malik a man who is responsible for a cold-blooded murder as someone who's been a votary for dialogue. And here you have Mehbooba Mufti, former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, advocating there should be leniency that should be shown towards Yasin Malik. Of course, there is a lobby that is now supporting Mehbooba Mufti, and of course, you have some political parties here, essentially, who believe that it is time to whitewash all the crimes committed by this cold-blooded murderer and continue with dialogue. Take a look.
First, Yasin Malik. Now, Afzal Guru. PDP chief has once again stirred a controversy with her sympathy for terrorists. She claimed the trial for Yasin Malik and Afzal Guru were unfair and politically motivated.
उसके खिलाफ 65 केसेस हैं, क्रिमिनल केसेस हैं, जिसमें एक जो टेरर फंडिंग केस में, जिसमें इंक्लूड नहीं है को जो 5 उनके ऊपर एलिगेशन है कि उन्होंने एयरफोर्स के 5 ऑफिसरों को मारा था, या अगवा का केस, उसमें वो नहीं शामिल है. उन केसों के अलावा एक टेरर फंडिंग के केस में प्लॉटिंग अगेंस्ट द स्टेट वगैरह वगैरह, उनको उम्र कैद मिली है, जिसके लिए एनआईए अब कहता है कि उनको फांसी मिलनी चाहिए. तो मैं ये जरूर गुजारिश करूंगी कि उमर साहब से ये मसला वो उठाएं.
बाबरी मस्जिद का फैसला आया, कोई सबूत नहीं थे, कुछ भी नहीं थे. इसी तरह अफजल गुरु का जब फैसला आया, कोई सबूत नहीं थे, मगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कलेक्टिव कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए हम ये फैसला लोगों के एतबार के लिए, लोगों की मर्जी के लिए दे रहे हैं.
In another instance, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah came out in support of terrorist Yasin Malik. Not just this, few days back in his affidavit, Yasin Malik has claimed that the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh had thanked him for meeting Hafiz Saeed. Yasin Malik is accused in the 1990 killings of 4 unarmed IAF personnel in Srinagar. In 2002, he was convicted by NIA court in New Delhi and was sentenced to life imprisonment in terror funding case. However, Afzal Guru was convicted for 2001 parliament attack in which 9 people lost their lives. Both leaders who have taken oath under the Constitution of India are now seen standing by individuals convicted in terror cases. Questions are now being raised. When elected representatives back convicted terrorists, what message does this send to the victims of terror and the rest of the country?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin this debate by showing you 2 pictures. 2 pictures that tell you the story behind this man. This man that you see on your screens here, and these 2 pictures, they're not unrelated. These are related pictures, and I'll tell you why they are related pictures. Here, you see Yasin Malik, the man for whom Mehbooba Mufti and Omar Abdullah have been batting for. What are they batting for? Because this man goes and meets Hafiz Saeed, and this picture was taken in Pakistan. Immediately after this particular meeting that happened, he has now admitted that he goes back, he meets the Special Director of Intelligence Bureau here in India when Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister, and it turns out that there was a debriefing that was given by Yasin Malik, and in fact he said that Prime Minister Manmohan Singh actually thanked him for the cooperation that was extended, because he went and he spoke to Hafiz Saeed for a dialogue with India as far as the Kashmir issue is concerned. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Yasin Malik, the same person that Omar Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti are batting for. And who exactly is Yasin Malik? I don't know. For Ahmad Ayaz, who is Yasin Malik? Ahmad Ayaz. Before I go to Ahmad Ayaz, I want to go to RP Singh. RP Singh, the argument that has been made by them is that, look here, Yasin Malik also spoke to Atal Bihari Vajpayee, some people have mentioned here, and the fact that there was cooperation that was extended by the government in power at that point in time. He's basically made a mention of multiple safe houses that he was kept in. So he's saying that why should you have a problem if he's actually had a meeting with Manmohan Singh? Why should there be a problem if he's had a meeting with Hafiz Saeed? RP Singh, before I come to you, I just want to take one question, because it's fundamental that Ahmad Ayaz today answers who is Yasin Malik. Ahmad Ayaz, who is Yasin Malik?
No, well, Yasin Malik has been a separatist leader, and he is from Kashmir, no doubt. And then he has been charged under...
And who is exactly Hafiz Saeed?
No, well, as per reports, whatever reports are available through agencies, our जो भी concerned agencies हैं, they have notified them, and we know that.
No, I'm asking you who is Hafiz Saeed? I don't know. I think so. I want an answer from you. Who is Hafiz Saeed?
No, personally, I don't know who is he, but what we understand and what we know about from the agencies is that he is from Pakistan and
citizen of Pakistan.
Getting,
disciplined citizen of Pakistan.
For them, he may be disciplined. We don't know.
I'm asking you, Ahmad Ayaz.
He is not.
According to you, he's a citizen of Pakistan. Great. It's great. I've never heard someone actually describing Hafiz Saeed like this. Even Hafiz Saeed may be a little surprised tonight.
For us, he is abetting terrorism. He may be a disciplined citizen for Pakistan. We don't know that. But for us, he is not the disciplined citizen. That's what we have learned from our sources, agencies, whatever.
Do you remember that this man that you see on your screens, I don't know if you can, how he was responsible for the 26/11 attacks? And the man that you are basically advocating for, Yasin Malik, that he's from Kashmir, that's why leniency should be shown. The man was sitting with Hafiz Saeed.
You see, basically, sometimes you put certain questions which look to be very, which are very difficult to answer, because if you ask me someone who I don't know, how can I, explain about him or speak about him? What we can know about him is through agencies, through our sources, government officials, whatever. So based on that, we can also make our opinion, or we can say about it. But personally, we may not be knowing. So far as Yasin Malik's pleading is concerned by the people you are talking about, well, they are within their rights to plead. How can we say that they are not? Because
I am asking you, showing leniency to a terrorist?
No, I
showing leniency. Now, isn't he the same person who's responsible for the killing of Justice Neelkant Ganju?
No,
please go and speak to the family members of Justice Neelkant Ganju, and they will tell you who exactly is Yasin Malik. According to you, he's from Kashmir, so he has a fundamental right. We should show some sort of a leniency. Sardar RP Singh, there is a reason why I didn't come to you first here, and I wanted Ahmad Ayaz. I wanted Ahmad Ayaz to basically describe for me who exactly is Hafiz Saeed. You and Sushil Pandit also will come in a while. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reality. When we describe Hafiz Saeed, we describe him as a disciplined Pakistani citizen. Slow claps for you, Ahmad Ayaz.
He says he don't know who's Hafiz Saeed. He says
he went a step further, described him.
Is he? I seriously doubt whether he's aware whose his father is. Then I mean, I'm shocked is really shocking. I mean, how can you once say that who doesn't know who's Hafiz Saeed? I mean, especially a person from Kashmir and a political activist, he's saying that who Hafiz Saeed, he's not aware of it. Or Yasin Malik is a citizen, like is a Kashmiri. I mean,
No,
Yasin Malik is one.
Personally.
Give me a second. Hold on. I never interrupted you.
I don't know them personally.
The Air Force officer, Yasin Malik is one who killed the justice or the judge of the Kashmir court. Hafiz is one, Yasin Malik is one who spreaded terrorism in the valley, and he's been sentenced for life for terror funding, and there are still cases pending which he has admitted in the court. Yes, that
he's not even challenged it.
He's
not even challenged it. Sardar RP Singh, let me just take this forward. He's not even challenged it because he knows that there is no way out of it. Yasin Malik today in the proceedings, in the court proceedings, if you see what has essentially happened, he's not even challenged. The charges that have been leveled against him, a terrorist, a criminal, someone who's committed a cold-blooded murder, someone who for a very long time was actually given a complete free run, almost looked like he was an advisor to the previous government. And interestingly, ladies and gentlemen, in the affidavit that he has filed, in the affidavit he says that the government of India during UPA rule actually gave him the instruction that you go to Pakistan, it's okay, no problem, go to Pakistan, have a meeting, but don't just meet the political leaders in Pakistan, go and meet Hafiz Saeed. Make a request that they should facilitate the talks between India and Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the reality. On your screens right now, this is a picture. The man was allowed. This was state-sponsored. It was sponsored by the government of India to actually go there and have a meeting. Ahmad Ayaz, to meet a disciplined citizen of Pakistan.
No, I don't call him a disciplined citizen. I know that he is a founder of the Lashkar-e-Taiba. This is what we know about him, and we as Indians don't call him a disciplined. Who calls him? Pakistan may be calling, we don't know what is their view about that, but so far as we are concerned, and we know about him, is that he has been a founder of Lashkar-e-Taiba, a militant organization. This is what we know all about him.
Sushil Pandit, Mehbooba Mufti, in fact, has this to say. I have written to Amit Shah to view Yasin Malik's case through a humanitarian lens. While I differ with his political ideology, one cannot ignore the courage it took him to renounce violence and choose the path of political engagement and violent dissent. I don't know what was this. It was Mehbooba Mufti and Arundhati Roy together?
This is our misfortune, that we are led by people who have run governments. And as heads of the government in Jammu and Kashmir, they have actually led our anti-terror operations. She was heading the Joint Command. And while she was head of the Joint Command, as Chief Minister, she went with compensation check to Burhan Wani's house, almost apologizing for that encounter. That is her.
Playing with the national
and
security.
You should be surprised because her party's
there is a larger issue, Sushil Pandit. The larger issue is this, that didn't we play with national security? You allowed this man, you sponsored the trip. This man goes, has a meeting with the Pakistani Prime Minister, then has a meeting with Hafiz Saeed, gets a picture click, comes here, meets Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, and then debriefs him. That's what they called it. The Special Director Intelligence Bureau at that point in time said that you need to debrief.
You couldn't find a better person. If this man had ordinarily applied for a passport like you and me, Government of India would have rejected it for sheer criminal background. He's steeped in our blood from head to toe. He is self-confessed murderer, mass murderer. He has been abducting women and gang raping them. That is Yasin Malik for you. They couldn't find a better person to act as emissary in Pakistan. He shouldn't have been allowed to step out of India. She should have been hung by the nearest street pole. This man toured the world. He went to Pakistan as an emissary, got himself a wife from there. This man was given platform across the country in universities and think tanks. in media conclaves, in seminars. He was asked as to what should be the solution for Kashmir.
Sardar RP Singh, it almost, Sushil Pandit says that Yasin Malik went to Pakistan and got a wife back. Now it almost looked like for the UPA government, it was like Damad is here.
Not only that, I mean, Abu Abdullah says that he was the proponent of dialogue and abandoning the arms. So that's what the mindset of my friend sitting in the panel is, his leaders is, and the people whom they follow, this is the mindset. That's why he says he can't know who Yasin Malik is. And then I'm sorry to say, if you don't know who Yasin Malik is and who's Hafiz Saeed, then I don't know how to say that, but then you're not aware of your lineages also, your family lineages also for that regard. So which is very sad. But fact is that everyone in the country knows, and the man is on record, as Sushil was saying, admitted on record that he has murdered people, he has murdered the Air Force officers, and he has been a mass murderer himself. And the sad part is that Manmohan Singh or the UPA government or the Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi's government was giving red carpet welcome to that man and was using him as a emissary to open up a dialogue with Pakistan. I mean, this is the most shocking part. And he is admitting, and none of the congressmen has come on record denying it also. Because
how will they deny Sardar RP Singh? Because
deny that.
Sardar RP Singh, there is no way they can deny. Ahmed Ayaz, I want to remind you, and in fact, I'm going to leave everyone with these two images. And Ahmed Ayaz, you must see this very closely tonight, that here is a man who gets a sponsored trip to Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, and then has a marriage in Pakistan, comes back to India and meets the former Prime Minister of India. That meeting, ladies and gentlemen, with the plotter of 26/11 happens, and Indian government at that point in time facilitated all of this. So they've forgotten 26/11. Very soon they will be forgetting Pahalgam also. That is the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Never ever forget that this murderer now finds a lobby protecting him. And at 9 p.m., there is a political class which is itching for a Gen Z protest to take place in India. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up, the big debate with my colleagues Abhishek Kapoor and Niranjan.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
मेरी गाड़ी ठोकेगा?
पर गलती तो आपकी है।
मेरी गलती? तू जानता है मेरा बाप कौन है?
ये देखो, पापा और गलती दोनों याद आ जाएंगे। अब देखा किसने सिग्नल तोड़ा?
Cubo dash cams. Get smart, get Cubo.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
चुप! तुमने तो गाड़ी वालों को ही विलन बना दिया।
ये देखो।
Cubo dash cams. Get smart, get Cubo.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Last night, someone broke into Ishan's room. Well, almost. But Cubo AI stopped him with a loud alarm and alerted the mom.
Cubo smart security cameras. Not just record, it protects.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
गाड़ी ठोकेगा?
पर गलती तो आपकी है।
मेरी गलती? तू जानता है मेरा बाप कौन है?
ये देखो, पापा और गलती दोनों याद आ जाएंगे। अब देखा किसने सिग्नल तोड़ा?
Cubo dash cams. Get smart, get Cubo.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, राजा और प्योर मसाला, इशारा समझ ले। इशारा समझ ले, हवा में फिजा में नजारों में इशारे, संग हो जा तू मेरे, इशारा समझ ले, इशारा समझ ले। ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप, MDH का जल जीरा सिप जीरा सिप, MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
ये बड़ी गाड़ी वाले ऐसे ही रश चलाते हैं। पुलिस को बुलाओ। अरे चुप, तुमने तो गाड़ी वालों को ही विलन बना दिया।
ये देखो,
Cubo dash cams. Get smart, get Cubo.
साथियों, विकसित भारत के लक्ष्य तक पहुंचने के लिए
Hello friends, very good evening. Filling in again for Editor-in-Chief Arnab, Goswami, me and Niranjan bring to you tonight a conversation, a debate, a discussion on what's happening in the country. Are there some forces? There are of course some forces who are inimical to India's rise and progress. But which are the forces within the country who are collaborating, cooperating and testing the waters for how much can they disturb and destabilize our nation? An example of which we saw today in Leh, the capital of Ladakh. Protests had been going on for some time, but the manner in which things turned violent with vandalism and arson leading to death of 4 citizens of India in the never-before history of Ladakh in this manner speaks volumes of what are the intentions. What's Gen Z, a word used recently by a very important leader of the country, Niranjan? We have to dissect that. What's this Gen Z, you know? Let's begin and then we discuss.
Abhishek, when Rahul Gandhi put out that tweet saying that the Gen Z will protect democracy, we knew something was coming. When Rahul Gandhi left the country to go to Langkawi, we knew something was coming. And when today Sonam Wangchuk says the words Gen Z Badass, he said Gen Z Badass is being seen on the streets. And when people like Sonam Wangchuk say that Gen Z is leading the revolution in Ladakh, you know that the anarchy toolkit is at play. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 people have died in Ladakh. That is our focus on the show. It's very dangerous. If you're watching the debate tonight, we are filling in for Arnab, our editor-in-chief. But this is extremely important. We get a sense here at Republic TV that this is just going to get bigger. In fact, we have breaking news and exclusive inputs on what's going to happen next. Here's what happened.
That's part of the plan.
In Ladakh. Take a look at this.
Rahul Gandhi seems to have given up on India's democratic process. In an interview, India's leader of opposition has made a huge admission. Rahul says that the Congress strategy was to challenge the integrity of India's electoral system by building pressure. It's not the first time that Rahul has shown signs of admitting defeat even before an election.
मेरा काम as opposition leader normal situation में मेरा काम opposition का रोल है, सरकार पे प्रेशर डालने का रोल है. मेरा काम हिंदुस्तान के लोकतंत्र को बचाने का नहीं, मैं वो काम कर रहा हूं.
Giving up on democracy, instigating Gen Z through his social media posts. A template now suspected to have been used in Ladakh. Days after Rahul Gandhi's Gen Z instigation, Ladakh has seen violent protests. 4 lives have been lost today. Stones were pelted. Vehicles torched. The BJP office was targeted. The party even released a video of the Ladakh violence, alleging that one of the rioters was a congressman. The BJP asking Rahul whether this is what he always wanted.
When it was investigated, तो मालूम पड़ा कि जेन जी का नहीं, ये कांग्रेस का ही प्रोटेस्ट था. और आप देख सकते हैं कांग्रेस के काउंसलर स्टानजिंग सेपांग, ये है कांग्रेस के काउंसलर स्टानजिंग सेपांग, ये अपर लेह वार्ड से काउंसलर हैं, ये मेन इंस्टिगेटर हैं और अपने कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ ये किस प्रकार इंस्टिगेट कर रहे हैं, इसके कई फोटो सामने आए हैं.
But Stanzin, who the BJP named while speaking to Republic, has denied that claim.
Congress is not even part of the organization which is organizing the protest. Okay. We are simply supporting the whole agitation from outside. That's it.
You're supporting the agitation from outside.
Yes.
So you're backing Sonam Wangchuk.
We are definitely backing Sonam Wangchuk, and we are definitely backing the method he's using to raise the issue of 6 schedule for Ladakh.
Okay. But you're saying none of the Congress leaders or any of your workers were involved in the violence today?
Sir, I have a very perfect CCTV footage as an alibi which I can produce in the court when I file the defamation suit against these people who are spreading this lie.
Almost taking a cue from Rahul Gandhi, the activist behind the Ladakh protest, Sonam Wangchuk, has called it a Gen Z revolution.
आज पूरे लेह में बंद की घोषणा की गई और फिर युवा पीढ़ी हजारों की संख्या में बाहर आ गए. कुछ लोग सोचते हैं कि ये हमारे समर्थक थे. मैं कहूँगा हमारे समर्थक से ज़्यादा, हालांकि समर्थक पूरा लद्दाख है इस मुद्दे पर लद्दाख के, मगर ये युवा पीढ़ी का बड़ास था, एक तरह का जेन ज़ी रेवोल्यूशन जो कि उनको सड़कों पे लाया.
All indications are of anarchy at play in Ladakh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news coming in on the debate tonight. In fact, the breaking news coming in from top government sources, I'd like to give out the details of what has happened so far, because if you're watching Ladakh and if anybody tells you it's about statehood, it's a lie. The goalpost has been shifting like it did in Gen Z protests in different places.
Yeah.
Goalpost has been shifted. It didn't spiral on its own. It was engineered, what sources are telling us. Ladakh and its youth paying a huge price for the narrow politics played by certain individuals and the personal ambitions of Sonam Wangchuk, named by government sources in this. Let me tell you, I have another breaking news update. Abhishek, I'll take the first part. You can take the bit about the Congress party. The first part says the centre had already fixed the 6th of October for the meeting of high-powered committee to discuss all issues posed by ABL, KDA. Centre also agreed on the new members for HPC as proposed by ABL. Upon receiving a request for preponement, some meetings were being considered on the 25th or 26th. Now, they asked for an early meeting called on the 25th or 26th. The moment that early meeting was called, when it was announced, they started rioting. Abhishek.
Well, and the linkages that are emerging, Niranjan, and of course the entire conversation next 1 hour is on that, are clear. The Congress local leadership is actively involved. In fact, there is another breaking news connected with it. Let's put it out, and which is that tomorrow, continuing with what happened, or continuing from what happened in Leh today, a protest bandh has been called in Kargil also, which means this is done to a plan, to a T. And Niranjan, we can get the conversation going if you introduce the guest, because
let's get started.
Because everyone wants to hear what exactly happened in Ladakh, who all are the perpetrators, who all are the masterminds, who have inflicted this wound on the people of Ladakh, otherwise peaceful community, and it's a shame what has happened today, leading to the death of 70 injured, many of them, Niranjan, are critical. This is something which should not have happened to the people of Ladakh. We need to really call names tonight.
Okay, let's introduce our panelists this evening. I have Sanju Verma, BJP national spokesperson. Shubhrashtra will be joining us in a few minutes. She's a columnist. Karan Verma is with us, political analyst. Nikhil Jain backs the Congress party. Anmol Pawar is an Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. Vivek Srivastava is a political analyst. Okay, let me start with you, Sanju. When Rahul Gandhi mentioned the Gen Z, tweet, he put out a tweet mentioning Gen Z, we knew something was coming. And as coincidence would have it, every time Rahul Gandhi goes out, comes back, something happens in India. Hindenburg happens, riots happen, now Ladakh has happened. Now sadly, 4 people have died. Now I'm not drawing a direct linkage, I'm saying it's a coincidence. But it's a heavy price to pay. On cue, I'm repeating, on cue, I don't know whether we had the right bite of Sonam Wangchuk there. Sonam Wangchuk uses the word Gen Z bhadas on the streets of Ladakh, Gen Z revolution in Ladakh, right? And Congress, by the way, the picture you put out, your party put out, I'll start with that. Your party put out a picture of this guy called Stanzin. I confronted him. He says it's not me. The face is covered. He's using that alibi. But he does say, yes, we banged Sonam Wangchuk. So it appears that they were all in this together. I'll start with you, Sanju.
Thank you, Niranjan and Abhishek. Niranjan, first and foremost, very quickly, this entire narrative that Gen Z is with Rahul Gandhi and not with Prime Minister Modi and the BJP is a whole lot of balderdash. And in 10 seconds, I'll bust the myth being propounded by Rahul Gandhi that the youngsters of this country stand shoulder to shoulder with him. They do not. The Delhi University Students' Union polls, the Patna University Students' Union elections recently, and the Hyderabad Central University elections, all the top posts went to the BJP student body affiliate, the ABVP. Shyamlal College, President, Vice President, Secretary, Joint Secretary, ABVP. Ramnujan College, Atmaram Sanatan Dharma College, Ramlal Anand College, Deshbandhu College, Shahid Bhagat Singh College, Dayal Singh College, PGDAV College, Aditya Mahavidyalaya, President, Joint Secretary, Secretary, all top posts to ABVP, which is an affiliate of BJP. So the first point I want to make is, if student body elections in some of the big universities in India are a benchmark, then clearly ABVP wins hands down. And by that logic, the BJP is what Gen Z believes in. Now, the second point I want to make is, the man who has been at the forefront of the violence, arson, looting, burning CRPF vehicles, burning down BJP office, trying to get into a tussle with the ITBP Jawans, also trying to burn down the Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council office. There's one person who's at the forefront. The name of that man is Stanzing Zepang. He's the councillor from the Congress party in the Upper Leh area, and he might say, I have nothing to do with these violent protests. But as they say, a picture does not lie, and it's equal to 1,000 words. But I want to tell you something more importantly, Niranjan. Go back to 2019, when Article 370 was abrogated. Jammu and Kashmir were given the status of union territories with a legislature, and Ladakh without a legislature. The problem started then. Sonam Wangchuk and this entire Darbari ecosystem of the Congress said that Ladakh, by virtue of having a large tribal population, should be a part of the 6th schedule of the Constitution, which means it should get greater administrative autonomy. Now, the simple point is that in 1995, the Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council was already set up. LAHDC, an autonomous body with administrative independence, was set up way back in 1995. It was integrated into the Union Territory of Ladakh in 2019. But despite being integrated into the UT of Ladakh in 2019, LAHDC, along with different other wards, continues to have administrative autonomy in Leh Ladakh. So why this repeated demand to now come under the ambit of the 6th schedule of the Constitution? It defies logic. That's my point number 1. And my point number 2 is, even if you want to argue that you deserve to be a part of the 6th schedule of the Constitution, the way to do that is through dialogue. On the 20th of September, Amit Shah, the Union Home Minister, said, we had a dialogue with various stakeholders in Leh Ladakh on the 27th of May 2024. October 6th, 2025 was set as the next date to have dialogue with various stakeholders in Leh Ladakh. So why did this violence erupt just a few days before the October 6th meeting? You know, violence erupted yesterday and today. Why? Obviously, the Congress is at the root of this. Sonam Wangchuk, who's been at the forefront of various violent protests since 2019, has been hand in glove with the Congress councillors in Leh Ladakh. But I fail to understand, why is it that this entire protest in Leh Ladakh is being given a Gen Z color?
Yeah.
That is why I say there is one thing, just in 20 seconds. Niranjan and Abhishek, we've all heard of demographic jihad, population jihad, food jihad, fook jihad, conversion jihad. But I tell you, there's one more jihad which is very, very important, which Rahul Gandhi is spreading with brazen impunity, and that is narrative jihad. Rahul Gandhi believes, by spreading a narrative that Gen Z stands shoulder to shoulder with him, by spreading the narrative that the electoral process under Prime Minister Modi has been compromised, by spreading the narrative that the Election Commission and every other institution is hand in glove with the BJP doing dhandlebazi. Dhandlebazi is the term used by Rahul Gandhi often. He believes that, you know, his life will be borne out. But unfortunately, jhoot ke paav nahi hote. And I think the union government will crack down hard on anyone who tries to question the might of the Indian state.
Sanju, the might of the Indian state, it is people also, you know. And one question I have for you is, when you know people are sitting on hunger strike, you know.
Go to others and then go back to.
Okay, fine. I can ask the question to Sanju a little later. Then do we take it to Nikhil Jain? Nikhil, Nikhil, you heard Sanju's opening comments, essentially putting the entire onus on the Congress leadership there in Ladakh, and of course the dog whistling coming in from none other than Rahul Gandhi. How do you defend that? Because the kind of pictures we saw coming in from Leh today, which are on air, on the screen, are horrific to say the least, because people of Ladakh, peaceful people of Ladakh, do not deserve this.
Abhishek, may I now speak? I don't think I heard Sanju's opening statement. I think I heard Sanju's speech.
Come to the point.
17 minutes into the debate. 17 minutes into the debate. All that I've heard is pot shots at the Congress and no real discussion about why this happened, why it was a failure of the Home Ministry that something like this, spiraled down, that there is violence in the state, that there is arson in the state. Whose responsibility is it? It is the Home Ministry's responsibility. It is Amit Shah's responsibility. Why did this happen? Because people were protesting, in your words, Abhishek, for some time. I would ask you to, tell your viewers, what was that sometime? It's been years the people have been protesting. Ever since the abrogation of Article 370, when the abrogation of Article 370 happened and Ladakh was made into a union territory, there was a lot of joy in the valley of Ladakh because,
you know why there was so much joy, Nikhil?
They would be given 6th schedule as the BJP had promised them. But now Sanju Verma, the BJP spokesperson, is going around and saying that nothing had been promised. Oh, how can we give you 6th schedule? Tell me and prove us that you are worthy of the 6th schedule. I think that is
one second. Hello.
1
minute, Nikhil. Nikhil, 1 second. Nothing in the world No, first of all, 1 minute. I want to put a few facts on record, because if anybody is watching this debate, there has been riots today. There have been riots today. 4 people have died. So please be careful about what you speak next, because you. 1 minute. You watch what you say on TV. You watch what you say on TV. 1 minute. You watch what you say on TV and don't lie and don't speak over me. Don't speak over me. We've had very decent debates and we want the decent debates to continue. Don't be a heckler. Don't be a heckler. Don't be a heckler. Listen to me. Don't be a heckler. Listen to me. No, you're lying. You're lying about the facts. You're lying about the facts. I want to put the facts on record. 1 minute. 1 minute. Can we please? I'm putting the facts on record. I'm putting the facts on record. I'm putting the facts on record. Don't speak over me. No, you spread fake news on the debate. I'm stopping you right now. Don't speak over me.
What fake news?
Nikhil Jain, behave yourself. 4 people have died. 4 people have died. Behave yourself.
What Sanju?
4 people have died. Behave yourself.
He started the debate by bragging about
Stop heckling. 1 minute. I'm not. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
She has no comment to make about the failure of the law.
Okay, let me get somebody else, because if I have you on screen, you'll keep talking. Nikhil, I'm sorry. I'm just taking you off screen for a bit. I'm taking you off screen for a bit because I'll keep you on screen if you behave yourself. If you don't behave yourself, I can't keep you on screen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Everything was fine, Abhishek. And I'm hearing now, and I before I go back, I mean, you can bring in Subrashta and Karan Verma. Where in the world did the 1 second, no, 1 minute, hold on to your horses. Hold on to your horses. Don't spread fake news. Don't spread fake news. The fake news is you spoke about the shifting goalposts. Let me tell you about the shifting goalposts. Many people may not know. Don't try and confuse people. Everything was okay in Ladakh. Everything was okay in Ladakh until all of you went there with the toolkit. Hold on. In Ladakh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking over Nikhil Jain because he's trying to spread fake news on the debate and instigate you further. High-powered committee had fixed a date of 6th of October. I don't even think Nikhil Jain knows the full form of ABL and KDA. I don't think you know the full form of ABL and KDA. Centered agreed on a meeting. He's speaking over me. Okay, can you please, we'll go to Subrashta, Abhishek. Because on the dates were fixed. October 6th was the date. Was preponed to September 25th and 26th. And before that meeting could happen, the rioting began.
I mean, before we go to Subrashta, can I get in Vivek Srivastav? Vivek Srivastav, you would say, why are we blaming the Congress party? Why are we naming names? Vivek, listen to the question. Chairing Dorje Lakruk, he's a co-convener of the protesters group, LAB. And just for yesterday, Vivek, he said, people are getting impatient, matters can go out of hand. Okay? Then Wangchuk himself, along with chairing, said, and I'm quoting Wangchuk from day before yesterday, Vivek, the youth wing is ready to intensify the protests in their own way. The same Wangchuk who's today saying, oh, these are Gen Z, was actually not just dog whistling. He was clearly indicating what was to come only 48 hours back. Vivek, that's why it is smacks of a plan, it is smacks of an execution, it is smacks of a conspiracy, what has happened today in Leh. Vivek Srivastav.
Okay. See, Abhishek bhai, you're very right. Politicians, political parties always get involved into agitations. We have seen it in the past. We had an agitation in which Andhra Pradesh was split and Telangana was formed. Before that, we had the Jharkhand. We made it from the joint Bihar. Before that, we had Uttarakhand separated from Uttar Pradesh. But these are not anti-national movements. These are movements which people of a particular sect or a minority or a class or a race do because they want some self-determination within the constitution and the Indian Union. And sometimes it is violent. For example, in Jharkhand, it became very violent. Telangana had an armed struggle. And something similar happened today in Ladakh. But the government needs to have handled it better. The Home Minister should have